How to boost your pension. Hello and welcome to Videojug. I'm Paul Lewis. I've been a financial journalist for more than 20 years and I want to talk to you today about boosting your pension, having more money in retirement. Step 1, equity release. If you live in a valuable home and you've paid off the mortgage, then releasing some of the value of that can be a very good way to boost your pension. Now, there are things to think about, there are problems, it doesn't suit everyone. But if you want to think about releasing some of the value of your home to boost your income, then there is a whole Videojug which I've done about equity release. So go to that and think about equity release as step 1 of boosting your income in retirement. Step 2, use your skills and resources. And most people think of retirement as an end to that horrible process where you have to look for jobs and do a CV. But you know, when you retire, it's often a good thing to sit down and write on a piece of paper what you can do. You've had a long life, a lot of it at work, a lot of it at home, perhaps doing voluntary work, looking after small organisations. You've developed over the course of your life loads of skills, loads of abilities and lots of experience. If you write that down, a bit like a CV, you know, what can I do? What have I done? As if you were almost applying for a job from yourself and you think, goodness, can I convert that hobby into something I can make money from? Can I do a bit of buying and selling, turning some of the things I've got or some of the things I know about into an income? How about doing accounts for somebody, doing some baking, driving somebody? All those skills can be turned into money. And most of us, when we retire now, we're not decrepit. We don't want to think about slowly fading away. We're lively. We've got energy, mental energy, physical energy. We want to do things. Turn that energy into something that can make you a bit of money on the side, but without the pressures of 9 to 5 and doing it every day. So write down your skills and resources. If you do become self-employed though, one thing you have to remember now, which didn't used to apply, you must tell HM, Revenue and Customs. If you don't register as self-employed, then you can be fined. Step 3, make your money work for you. Very often when we retire, we do have a bit of cash. It's either we've been made redundant or there's a lump sum to come from the pension or an investment matures or you've got some money in the bank. The first thing to do with that is make sure that cash is working, because left to itself, money is really, really lazy. If you don't put it to work and keep your eye on it to keep it up to the mark, it will earn almost nothing. So make sure that that cash isn't just sitting around in a current account or sitting in tenors on top of the chest of drawers. It should be in a decent cash account earning interest. 5, 6%, even more is possible nowadays. If you've got £1,000, that's 60 quid at the end of the year and you've done no work. Magic. So make sure that cash is earning money. Step 4, buying an annuity. Annuities are a British invention and it's a traditional way of getting more money in retirement. Now, if you've saved money up in a pension fund, you just about have to buy an annuity. There are some alternatives now, but pretty much they give you much the same as an annuity would. An annuity is simply this. You give a lump sum to an insurance company. The insurance company guarantees to give you a certain amount of money each year for the rest of your life. And when you do die, the insurance company keeps whatever you've given them. Some people hate that. They don't want the company to have their capital when they die. On the other hand, they are giving you money for the rest of your life, whether that's 1 year or 40 years. So they're taking a chance. Now you can either have a flat income, so if you have an income of say £2,000 this year, it'll be £2,000 when you're 95. Or you can have one that goes up with inflation, but those are much, much more expensive. And I'm not a great fan of those. If you do the arithmetic, it takes a long time before you get back as much from those as you do from a flat one. But if you do buy a flat one, remember, in real terms, what you can buy with it, that income is going to go down. Step 5, seek financial advice. Journalists like me always say, oh, get good financial advice, and then leave it at that. It's very difficult. The first thing you should make sure of is the person you're getting advice from is registered with the Financial Services Authority, and you can check that up on their website. And the second thing to make sure of is they are independent. Now, there's been a lot of controversy about independent, what it means, how valuable it is. What independent means is simply this. When you ask them about a pension or an annuity or an investment, an independent advisor has to look at the whole of the market, every product that's available, and find the very best one for you. It's a difficult job, but they have to do it. If you can afford it, always pay for that advice with a fee. The reason's quite simple. If you don't pay a fee, the advisor will be paid by commission on the product you buy. Most advisors treat that perfectly honestly, perfectly fairly. But you can see there's a bit of a conflict of interest. If I go to an advisor and he or she is going to earn money from what they sell me, then they might be biased to sell me the product with the best commission. If you pay a fee, that doesn't happen. Now, fees can be expensive. £100 an hour, £200 an hour is quite common. But it's much better, if you can afford it, to write a cheque for a few £100 to pay for the advice than to always have that sense in the back of your mind. Did they advise me to buy that just because they got decent rates of commission? So fee paid, independent financial advice. There are websites where you can find local advisors, and always ask them what their qualifications are. Don't go with somebody who's just got the basics. If you want a pension, find someone who's got a special pension qualification. If you want an annuity, go to a specialist annuity financial advisor. If you want to invest in the stock market, go to somebody who's got qualifications in that. Don't be afraid to ask. It's their trade. Ask them what their qualifications are. And if you don't feel right about them, politely walk away. If you've got to trust one person you deal with, it's your financial advisor.